Okay. All right. What's your name?
Joe Brenner.
Joe Brenner. And where are you from?
Well, I was born in Seattle, and right now I'm from Arizona, near Phoenix.
Okay. How old are you?
85,
When were you born?
1925,
Wow. What day?
May 8th.
May 8th, 1925.
Yeah.
What's your father's name?
Abe Brenner.
Abe?
A-B-E.
A-B-E. And what was your mother's name?
Bessie.
Betsy what?
Her maiden name was Rosenthal.
Rosenthal. Where was Abe Brenner from?
Austria.
Where in Austria?
Around Linz.
Where?
Linz.
Linz?
L-I-N-Z.
I've been near there. And where was Betsy Rosenthal from?
Austria, but
Where was she from?
she came over as a little girl, so
Well, she had to go up somewhere.
I think she and her sisters came to Seattle from Vancouver, BC.
Oh. And when did they come?
Well, let's see. 1930, it must have come in either the 1920s or late 10s.
Okay. And what did your father do?
He was a baker.
Okay. And when did he marry Betsy Rosenthal? When did they get married?
Bessie's mother had a boarding house, and Adam stayed there at the...
Abe.
Abe stayed there at the boarding house.
Ah.
Saw a little girl bouncing a ball when he came to rent. That was my mom.
Huh. How was how old? What was the age difference between your father and your mother?
I don't really know. Let's see. In 1913, my dad was 19 years old. So 19 years from 1913 would make it, I think he was really born in 1880 something, you know.
Wow. Okay. And did he like to drink?
Not a hell of a lot, but
Well,
he
go ahead. Tell the truth.
He had a bottle of Slivovitz every once in a while.
Bottle of Slivovitz.
Yeah.
Did he like to gamble?
Loved to gamble.
Loved to gamble. Was he a
won and
bad
lost.
gambler?
Huh?
Was he a bad gambler?
I think so.
What was his game? What was his favorite game?
God, what did they play? I'm not sure.
Did he bet the horses?
No.
Okay. Did he go to casinos? Why did they have casinos back then? Or was it more like the Old West?
They didn't have casinos around there.
Huh. Well,
Not in Washington State.
okay. And then he owned a bakery, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And what was it called?
A. Brenner Bakery.
Wow. Did you work there?
Yeah, I grew up there, and I used to crack eggs for my uncle.
Huh. You had uncles that worked there too?
Yeah, Uncle Harry, my dad's brother, he worked there.
What was his name? Harry Brenner?
Harry Brenner, yeah.
Who's his kids?
Pardon?
Who was his kids? Did he have kids?
The story is he had kids in the Baltimore area, and he left them when they were about 2 or 3 years old and came out to Seattle, and that was about it.
Jeez. Okay. So, let's see, where'd you go to school?
He claims, you know, when they got married, in those days in the Orthodox, the oldest girl had to get married first, and the one that he chose as his bride, they had all covered up, you know,
Because Harry Brenner was a scandal.
So he wound up marrying the older sister. Didn't know it.
What?
They covered up, you know, the head and with a headdress and stuff.
Yeah.
And so when he got married,
Oh, he married. He didn't know who he was marrying. Instead of marrying the one he wanted, he married the older sister.
yeah.
I love that story.
Well, there you go. That's and did he have kids with this older sister?
Yeah, he did a couple, but he never, you know, after he left there when they were young, I don't think he ever saw him again.
Okay, well, so there's some Brenners out there. All right, you had how many brothers?
Who, my uncle or me?
You.
I had 6 brothers.
Wow, what were their names?
Barney,
Yeah,
Itzy,
yeah,
Davy,
yeah,
Charlie,
yeah,
Mark.
yeah.
That's, I guess I'm not my brother either. Davy, Itzy, that's them.
Okay, and then Yetta.
One sister, right?
Okay.
Yetta.
Okay, what was your favorite? Who was your favorite brother?
Dave.
What was he like?
Oh, he looked kind of like you.
Okay.
And he was athletic and strong and had a nice personality.
Okay. Well, what did he do? Did he drink?
No, he didn't drink. He well, you know, when he got in the army, and I was in the Navy.
Well, before you got in the army, what did you know?
Huh?
You grew up in Seattle, yeah?
Yeah.
Did he go to school?
Who? David?
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to the same school as I did.
What school was that?
Well, Garfield High School.
Garfield High School
Yeah.
in Seattle, Washington.
Right.
What was it like at your school?
Oh, it was cool. We were the melting pot of Seattle. None of the other high schools had Jews or blacks or Chinese or Japanese.
Okay. Were there a lot of Jews in Seattle?
Not a hell of a lot, but in our area that we lived, it was like a ghetto with a lot of Jewish stores and stuff.
Okay, and this was what year?
Oh, this was 32.
Okay, 1932 in Seattle, Washington. Was there an anti-Semitic?
Pardon?
Was there some anti-Semitic stuff going on?
Yeah, but it was a little above me. I didn't notice some. Like, I remember somebody driving by the bakery in a truck, and I was outside, a little kid, maybe 7, 8 years old, and he said, "Hi, Abby, hey, Abby, Abby," you know.
Okay, so some asshole, huh? Did he have a nice car? What cars like back then? Just like them old Model Ts? Pieces of shit. All right, so then did your brother have a girlfriend? Did Dave have a
Dave?
girlfriend? Yeah.
Yeah, when he got in the Army, he was in Alabama someplace, and he had a girlfriend there.
Okay. Did you talk like this?
Pardon?
Never mind. Okay, so then
Alabama.
what were the other brothers like?
Well, Barney was the oldest, and I didn't remember him till I was about 5 years old because he was in reform school, and when he got out, they brought him home, and my mother had him in the basement and was scrubbing his hair, trying to get rid of the lice, and that's the first time I saw Barney.
Huh. All right. What was Itzy like?
Well, Itzy. One thing I remember about Itzy is he went to work early for my dad driving a truck, and he'd have to get up about 4, and he didn't like it, and he got up one time and went over in front of me and bent over and farted. I remember that.
Okay, well there you go. All right, what was Charlie like?
Charlie was